From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. Prime Minister Mark Carney's returned from his White House meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump with no deal in hand. But Alberta Premier Danielle Smith says Carney's on the right path.
If you go to the U.S. president and say, you should do this because it helps me, or you should stop doing this because it hurts me, that is not his love language. His love language is, let me tell you how I can make America even greater.
Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc staying behind in Washington to continue negotiations. A Manitoba judge has stayed 2 sex charges against former fashion mogul Peter Nygard. The judge says reports of police interviews with the complainant in 1993 were later destroyed without justifiable reasons, and she ruled that violates Nygard's charter right to a fair trial. Nygard was sentenced last year in Toronto to 11 years for sex offenses. He still faces more charges in Quebec and the United States. The Union for Striking Canada Post employees says it'll meet with the federal minister in charge of the Crown Corporation. The postal unions accused Ottawa of trampling on the collective bargaining process, and there appears to be no end to the strike. Federal Jobs Minister Patty Hajdu says the government will not be stepping in to end the job action.
The responsibility is on the parties. There is a union and there is an employer and there is a process, and they all know the process. The process is that they negotiate till they get to a deal that everybody can live with. And so our expectation is if the union is not satisfied with that offer, they should table a counteroffer. That's how mediation works. That's how negotiations work.
Postal workers hit the picket lines after the government announced changes that would allow Canada Post to overhaul its operations. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker tells U.S. President Donald Trump, "Come and get me." Trump posted on social media that Chicago's mayor and Pritzker should be thrown in jail.
He's demented, literally, unhinged. And this is somebody who's so insecure that he lashes out pretending that he can come arrest people for no reason at all. He can't. He isn't going to do it. Taco. Trump always chickens out.
U.S. National Guard troops have now arrived in the Chicago area as Pritzker and the city of Chicago fight the troop deployment in court. Dolly Parton says she ain't dead yet after public speculation about her health. Speculation ramped up after her sister posted on Facebook asking for prayers. Parton posted a video on social media today.
I know lately everybody thinks that I am sicker than I am. Do I look sick to you? I'm working hard here. Anyway, I wanted to put everybody's mind at ease, those of you that seem to be real concerned, which I appreciate.
The 79-year-old recently announced she was delaying her Las Vegas residency to undergo some medical procedures. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Blue Jays will try to close out their American League Division Series with the Yankees tonight during Game 4 in New York. The Jays had a chance to end the series in a sweep last night, but coughed up a 5-run lead en route to a 9-6 loss. Day 2 of the NHL schedule sees the return of 2 all-Canadian rivalries. The Edmonton Oilers host the Calgary Flames. In Toronto, the Maple Leafs are facing the Montreal Canadiens. Winnipeg has locked up high-scoring winger Kyle Connor. The Jets announced today Connor's agreed to an 8-year extension. It's worth $96 million. And the Edmonton Oilers have signed defenseman Matthias Ekholm to a 3-year, $12 million U.S. extension. The 35-year-old was acquired from Nashville late in the 2023 season. And Toronto FC visits Los Angeles FC in tonight's lone Major League Soccer game. That game was originally scheduled for the 18th of June, but it was postponed because of the FIFA Club Cup. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.